All right, guys, you're looking at the thumbnail, you're looking at the title of the video, you already know what time it is. It is time to get active. Shout out to It's Complicated channel. I thoroughly enjoy reviewing his content. If you guys are unfamiliar, make sure you click on the link down in the description box down below. Go follow your boy. Amazing content. Title of his video, Showing Gratitude, Rules of Modern Dating and Understanding Women when it's complicated. Thoroughly enjoy going over these videos, but oftentimes they just remind me of the sad state of the world that we're in. Without further ado,
many women complain that guys don't appreciate them enough. How do you know whether to blame men for not making enough effort or women for not showing enough gratitude?
Would you like to answer that one?
That's a good one.
Well, okay, sorry. So state it one more time before.
Well, basically, women think men need to do more. Men often think women expect too much. Which is it?
Some women don't show enough gratitude because they expect too much from a man.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? They want you to give them the world, but they won't give you that in return.
Facts.
So that's that.
Is it harder to satisfy men or women?
Women.
Women, yeah.
By far.
Okay, so why should men even bother trying to please women if they're never satisfied?
They shouldn't.
Listen, you treat them all like dogs. All right, I'm a dog. I'm gonna treat you like a dog because they gonna fuck around, cheat on you anyways. None of them hoes loyal.
Oh, yeah.
I blame men.
Why?
Because men just, I don't know, like men just feel so entitled always in relationships, like they just feel so entitled all the time and they need to treat us like queens. But
oh, Jesus.
The women need to show respect back.
It's honestly.
Oh, God. Okay, this is going to be one of those. What's interesting about that is you get the dudes up there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, nah, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? You can never please women, da-da-da-da-da. And that's obvious. Honestly, one of the major talking points on this side of YouTube as well is that, you know, you can't do anything to ever please women. And then you go on the other side of YouTube, they talk about that dudes don't do enough to be pleased for, you know what I'm saying, that they get lazy and da-da-da-da-da. You know, one would often think that, you know, it's somewhere in the middle between both sides of YouTube. But what's so interesting about that is when the women was talking about men need to treat women like queens. What? Oh, and they have to get respected in return. What? Why? What? Like, it's such an interesting thing, and it's for this reason. And this is so crazy because you just can't make this shit up. That if you were to be treated like a queen, well, guess what? You have to treat me like a king. So it's not just respect. It's treating me like a king because then that is balanced, okay? I treat you like a queen. You treat me like a king. Nah, you just got to show respect in return. Oh, really? That's all that it is. Let's keep going.
Kind of both sides. Like, it depends on the person. Of course, some men could do better and some women could be more appreciative, you know? So I think it's like, it just depends on the person. You can't really tell who does what more.
How would you define the term romantic relationship?
There's no such thing.
No such thing. It's always another dude in the picture. She always got somebody waiting as soon as you fuck up, buddy on the sideline.
Women expect too much, but men do too little. Or they think that what they do is enough.
Let me also clarify that. It's true what the brother over there was saying, that women always have options on the side, but this also goes to really valuable dudes as well. Really valuable dudes will also have options on the side as well. And the thing is that there's a difference between active options, which means that you are cheating, passive options, which means that you're keeping them out into the field just to see what happens, and then not passive options, which is they just bring their asses up after not talking to them for like 4 years, but you still have access to them. You know what I'm saying? The difference is that for a dude to have all of that stuff, he has to be created into whatever he has to do. The thing is that women typically are born with and they can get access to all of these different options. So it's a lot different. So a woman can theoretically just be a 5 and have a ton of options, but a dude that's a 5, so to speak, is not going to have all those options because most of those options are going to the top 10% of dudes who do have the options. Let's keep going.
soon as you fuck up, buddy on the sideline.
Women expect too much, but men do too little. Or they think that what they do is enough, and it never is.
Well, is it harder to satisfy men or women?
I feel like it's harder to satisfy women.
There you go.
Because we have higher expectations.
So why should men even bother trying to please women if they're never satisfied?
Isn't that the whole point?
Should a relationship be...
Can't make this shit up. Isn't that the whole point? Guys, that's the delusion right there. As if it's a man's duty to overcompensate, as if it's a man's duty to feed into the delusion, to make you feel some type of way without the reciprocation right back. That answer demonstrates it right here. That's Disney. That's Disney. That's years of fortifying misinformation about your own value just came out in her response right there. Let's keep going.
An equal partnership?
Yeah, but it can't.
Yeah, 100% it should be. 50-50, I think. Okay. You give me your love, I give you mine.
If it's an equal partnership, how many women equally contribute to building a relationship as a man is expected to?
Way less.
35%.
Yeah.
None.
Okay. Could that possibly be a reason why so many men want sex without relationships?
You damn right.
The women want sex without relationships too, though. Like,
yeah.
Men are typically expected to court women, you know, approach women, ask them out on dates, pick them up, pay for dates, make the first move.
All of that.
What are women expected to do to build a relationship?
Great question.
You know, you're right. If you really think about it, I feel like it should go both ways. Like, I feel like someone needs to just, like, boss up and just, like, you know, put their pride aside. I feel like a lot of people just have too much pride and just think that everything needs to come to them. But honestly, in life, if you want something, you have to go get it.
Facts.
So, you know?
Well, it should go that way.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
But does it?
No. It's really like men are expected to come to us.
Okay. Could that possibly be a reason why so many men want sex without relationships?
It could be. Honestly, that might be a good explanation for that.
Is it fair to assume that the women who complain men only want sex is because sex is all those women are bringing to the table?
Oh.
See.
Great question.
What is the definition of transactional?
What's so interesting about that reaction is that before she was saying men should treat women like queens, but then when pressured a little bit further, she admits that, yeah, men have to do a lot more of the work. So when the interviewer is asking, well, isn't that the reason as to why so many men want sex without relationships? Because if you go down a relationship pathway, you got to do all of this extra shit to get the same things that you don't need to do within a relationship. But then women will shame men into just being sex fiends or just wanting the viscous innards when the hill that you want us to climb seems so unbalanced at the end of that hill. Great questions. Looks like it changed her perspective a bit. Let's keep going.
Definition of transactional, a trade for a trade.
Would you agree that it's the exchange of goods or services related to business?
Yes.
If we're in a retail setting.
Okay. Is sex more likely to be transactional between two lesbian women or between men and women?
Men and women.
Why?
Okay, I can already tell this is gonna go down a bad path already. So it's not transactional when it's two women, and it is transactional when it's a man and a woman. So now within her delusional mind, she's already coming up with reasons as to why men need to overcompensate for women. I can already tell where this is going. Let's keep watching. Let's see if I'm right.
We expect things. We're women. We expect things. You can't just get it. We need food. We need other things. We need gifts. You got to take us out. You got to use your car, spend your gas money. I need to eat. I want to buy stuff.
Okay. Are women doing men a favor by giving them sex?
No.
But if a man has to do all these things in order to get sex from a woman...
He doesn't have to do those things. If he's smart, he wouldn't.
If women enjoy sex as much as men, why do they typically make a man work for it? Why does he have to earn it?
Because we get called hoes.
Oh, shit. Let me talk to y'all real quick. I paused this video way too much. Let me talk to y'all real quick. These type of questions are so important. If you could slip in some of these questions in on a first date, then you can understand the degree of crazy that's sitting across the table from you. Because if I have a young lady that answers questions like that as lopsided, and she is as confident as what she is and talking about the pure unbalancedness of showing gratitude from men to women versus women to men, I already know what it is. Okay, I already know what it is at the end of the day. It's going to be purely for viscous innards. If I'm not that attracted to her at the end of the day, then I'm out of there. But holy moly, the logic trail that she just went down was incredible. What I tell you guys before I let her go. But what's interesting is that after all of that, she said, well, men probably shouldn't do all of that anyway, okay? And then when he asked the sexual relationship question, because we're called hoes. What? Please tell me that's not a real person. Please tell me she was a paid actress. Holy moly.
I don't know, men probably feel like they need to do all this extravagant like events with us just to make us feel some type of positive way, and it's really just, it's the simple things that they miss doing. Like if you just take the time to ask us how our day is doing, like that's literally all it takes, or bring us out to a simple date. You don't need to do all this crazy stuff to make us feel like we're special.
Okay, well, I mean, typically, the man is expected to approach the woman, ask her out, pick her up, pay for the date, make the first move and stuff, right? What are women expected to do to build that relationship?
I feel like women are more expected to be there emotionally. Like, men are supposed to be there in a physical way, and women are supposed to be there in, like, in today's society, I feel like to support the man, to be trusting, I think that girls should absolutely be the ones to pay for dates. I think that they should take turns, and I think that women should go in the DMs. I go in the DMs, but not every girl has the balls to do that. They're self-conscious, and that's why.
Okay, if a woman chooses to approach a man and shoot her shot, is she more or less likely to be rejected than if a man approaches a woman?
She is way less likely to get rejected.
So
Men love attention, and they don't get that very often. So, like, if you, like, as a girl, have the balls to go up to a guy and be like, hey, like, what's your number? There's no way that man is going to turn you down.
But men don't typically like women that have balls. They want a girl to have guts, right?
They like confidence, though.
Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I would just use a different word other than balls, but that's fine. Why would men want to approach...
You know what's so interesting about this is that I think what's happening here is that the modern structure, or let me say it like this, modern women want to be modern, but when you start to ask them questions about the evenness or the 50-50, then they don't want evenness or 50-50. Now, at the same time, I don't need or want women to come up and approach to me. My thing is that I just need the choosing signals. Just give me eye contact so I know I feel more comfortable in going over there, besides thinking that I'm going to face some type of defeat by me going over there. You know what I'm saying? But as she was talking, it just made me think of that, you know, so many want to be modern, but still want traditional men to do all of the work, all of the effort in the dating game. So let's get back in. Not this crazy lady again. Let's keep going.
Women, when they no longer have to worry about just being rejected, but also have to worry about being accused of harassment.
Oh, if I was a man, I would be hard to approach a woman in this day and age.
So what advice would you give to a man to approach a woman that he likes without being perceived as creepy?
Go slow. Be careful. Watch your wording. Because sexual harassment, being in HR, sexual harassment is a very big thing, and it doesn't matter how you perceive it, but others. So you really, really have to watch your wording. So I guess you would have to meet that person on their ground level and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for.
Who is more likely to care what society thinks, men or women?
Women.
Who is more likely to follow trends?
Women.
Why would women care what society thinks if we're living in a world that oppresses them?
Because they're judged more heavily. They are oppressed, so they feel like they need to show out and act a certain way, or like fit into a crowd so that they can't be judged as heavily. A man isn't going to get judged as heavily as a woman walking down the street.
Why do we... But see, it's such a fantastic question, because maybe it's because you're not oppressed. Maybe you're just a slave to the modern day society and culture because of the choices and decisions that you have full capability of making. Maybe it's not due to oppression. Maybe that.
Women often talk about how they secretly run the world, but then also complain about how they are so oppressed.
Women secretly do run the world because we have control over the men, the right men, but in the system, like when it comes down to the facts, men are in power. So we have to be secret about it.
How do you say you're oppressed in one question, and then you go over here and say, we do secretly run the world? Holy shit! You can't make this stuff up. You just can't. Holy moly. Holy moly.
We can never just be out front about it, or we'll ruin our power.
Men have it better because the patriarchy was built by men, for men. Okay, there is a system in place that has been going on since the beginning of fucking time, the beginning of humankind. Because men, we're supposed to be the leaders. But now, they're not taking care of themselves, so they're becoming weak, which is why women need to step up and why we're doing what we're doing.
A matriarchy is a society run by women.
Okay.
So if we lived in a matriarchal society run by women, what would the man's role become?
The man's role, I feel like, would still be to be a breadwinner, because women, I feel like, typically are a little bit less proactive than men. Men like to go out and get the money, you know, have a job. Women, there are women that like to do that, but I feel like a majority of the women want to sit and like get their nails done and like.
Why is it wrong for men to objectify women sexually? But
it's like nails on a chalkboard listening to modern day women come up with different I mean, you heard the inflection of her voice, because women just mostly like to maybe just get their nails done a little bit. It's like they can't look at reality. It's just, you just can't look at reality, yo. This one, I'm about to blow a blood vessel in my, and I never get like this, but this one's tough.
But it's okay for women to objectify men financially.
That's a good one. So
I missed that question. I apologize. Let me go back.
A breadwinner, because women, I feel like, typically are a little bit less proactive than men. Men like to go out and get the money, you know, have a job. Women, there are women that like to do that, but I feel like a majority of the women want to sit and like get their nails done and like.
Why is it wrong?
Oh, God, sorry. I can't get over that one. So in this matriarchal society, men would still be the breadwinners. So the women would be the leaders, but the men still have to do all the creating, most of the producing, most of the innovating, but yet most of the leading, but except for just at the top level, women are supposed to be there. Which just negates all of the things that was in your tone and your voice as you were inflecting. Women just want to, they like to get their nails done and chill a little bit more, or not that there's evolutionary reasons as to why men are the producers and women are the reproducers, or that. Oh, God.
Wrong for men to objectify women sexually, but it's okay for women to objectify men financially.
That's a good one.
Yes.
So the reason why is because of the fact of, again, it goes back to how you were raised. Two, women objectify themselves more than men do nowadays.
Right. Well, do you think women have a right to complain about being objectified
No.
when the entire Vegas economy is built on sex?
Nope.
Okay.
Suck it up, buttercup.
Okay.
I think everybody's first job should be a strip club so they know what sexual harassment really is.
If a man wants a really desirable woman, would you agree that chances are he's going to have to steal her away from some other guy?
They won't last if she steal them.
Yeah, if you steal
Personal experience.
Yeah.
But isn't every bad bitch talking to some dude?
They're talking to more than one.
So then wouldn't you have to steal her away from some other guy?
We just got to share, to be honest. We all got to share.
Hey, honestly, look, she ain't ever yours, dude. It's just your turn.
Bro, I feel like you hate women or something.
Sorry.
Like, what's up with these questions?
Well, why would you assume that I hate women just because I'm questioning them?
But these questions, you say something like, why are women something, blah, blah, blah. Well, why do women think this? Why do women think that? What's the questions?
Is it possible to question women without being...
Look at look at her face. Look at her face. This is what I think. This is what I think. That's who I picture that's in my comment sections that don't like the videos or the movement that's going over here. That's what I think of you. Like that. Like, look at yourselves. Look at, she's so confident in the way. They don't even want to be questioned. This is pestilent child behavior. This is, I don't want anyone to ask me questions to challenge my current stance, my current standing at all. That's exactly what this is. I got you now. You must hate women. What? You gay? You got some issues with your mama? That's the look that she has in her face. You guys look ridiculous, okay? You can't answer the question, then get out of here. You got no business over here, all right? Let's keep going.
Labeled a woman hater? Is it possible to ask questions without being labeled a sexist?
She can't answer
It's the way you ask them, I feel like.
Am I not asking? Well, how should I be asking?
Why didn't you ask them like,
hey, so
why do men think this about
exactly? But you're asking it from your point of view.
Women. I said women. Women. It's never, why do men do this?
Has catcalling or sending unsolicited dick pics ever attracted a woman?
No.
So why do so many men continue that toxic behavior when it pretty much never works?
I would like to know the same question.
Men catcalling us, like I feel like I've literally been here for like 5 minutes and like already like 4 people have like come up to me and just like, you know?
And you're not even dressed that provocatively and stuff, right?
Like, what? I literally just got off of a plane. Like, what? I had a mask on and some guy came up to me and he's like, "You're so beautiful. Like, you can't even see me. What?"
And one thing I was curious about that, right? Has catcalling or sending unsolicited dick pics ever attracted a woman?
No, never, ever. Hate that.
What would you like me to ask men?
Why do men think that they are the shit? Why do men think that they have to take money? Or why do men think that women have to do cooking, cleaning, all that stuff, and all they do is go to work? Stuff. Why?
What do you think of women in other cultures and how they treat their men?
I think that women in other cultures treat their men better than women in America do, because they allow their men to do whatever they want, and women in America like to keep their man on a tight leash, and they expect them to act a certain way, whereas like in other cultures, they can have multiple wives, like they don't have to answer to their wife.
Do you think those women are ignorant slaves, or are they happy, or?
No, I think that it's just the way that their culture is. Like, dating is cultural, and I feel like they're happy in their relationships because that's what they know and like what they've been like come to know.
In other cultures other than America, I think Greenland is a really good women's country, but other countries don't respect women as much as Americans do.
I think that women should be on top always, no matter what culture. Women should be on top, period.
So what would be your thought of the women who basically put their men on top? Do you think that they're just ignorant slaves to their men?
I feel like they just need to be woken up a little. Realize their worth.
Women are held to a different standard. It's a double standard always when it comes to women.
Okay, so why are women fighting for equality when they only seem to want double standards?
They don't even know what they're fighting for, to be honest.
It makes no sense, because when a woman hits a man and the cops show up, the man's always going to be wrong. Whether he put his hands on her or not, he's wrong.
You know,
unless
I feel
he calls
men
first.
Need women. We're the reason they exist. Like, we birthed them, you know?
Let me also comment, and unless he calls first, okay? Guys, let me talk to y'all real quick, okay? Young lady puts her hands on you, all right? There's a multitude of ways to try to handle that particular situation. If your life is not in danger, okay? You walk out, you leave, you call, okay? You know why? Because she might call. And if she calls, guess who's getting arrested? Make sure that all your business is in order. You ain't got no warrants or nothing like that. So you have the opportunity to be able to call. But it's from a data collection perspective. That who calls first, okay, that's when the data starts, okay? So then they'll go to her first. You got to get all that bad energy and that juju out your life so situations like that do not happen. But I also think that it's important to talk through the best way to mitigate the bullshit, okay? If she calls first, she hits you, then she calls first, which a lot of these spiteful young women will do. You will be in handcuffs, okay? But if you call first, it usually won't turn out that way. She most likely will not be in handcuffs either, but that's a part of the unbalancedness of this society. Guys, listen, there's a couple of minutes left in this video. I'm gonna leave the link down in the description box down below for you to continue and to finish off this video. This one, this one was real. I appreciate the content creator. It's complicated. One more again. Make sure you guys go over there and subscribe to that brother's channel. He's doing fantastic work over there. All right. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.